Forever United TV, we are live, everybody. Welcome to the show. This lunchtime on the eve of the Wolverhampton game. Big game for Manchester United tomorrow, but we are talking in this show, and I want to get your involvement in this. I'm going at it with a different approach. Let's start looking past the problem that is Marcus Rashford and trying to fix it. What is the answer? There is some news that went completely under the radar with all of the Rashford news going on. I want to get into that, get your opinions on that as well, and we can start looking to how Manchester United can be in the future, because there's a lot of rumours going on, a lot of stuff that hasn't come out that I've been told about Marcus Rashford and things like that. I'll get into the update of where we are with that situation, but I want to move past it now. Everything has been said by the football club, and it's time we all moved on and trying to fix what we have got and what we're dealing with here right now. So get your comments in the live section. Don't forget to give the video a like, and if you are loving the content, as always, please do hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. As always, when the video is done, if you are catching up on your lunch break, if you've not watched it live, make sure you please get your comments in the comment section below on all points that we are talking about today. Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? It was a good night of football last night, wasn't it? It really was. And one player that stood out and shone above everyone else last night, and is trending quite a lot, is Michael Olise. We have talked about him before. If you remember, we were just talking about Olise before this news broke regarding Marcus Rashford and the antics of his last week over in Belfast. So, not just wanting to go back on that and say that this is an obvious replacement for Marcus Rashford. I've made this show because I want to get your opinions on who you think an upgrade would be on Marcus Rashford. I personally, looking at what Olise does and what he brings to Crystal Palace, how he plays, his attitude, I think he is an upgrade on Marcus Rashford. Straight away, attitude is everything right now. Application is massive. Determination, wanting, the will to want to win, I feel is there. I think Michael Olise ticks all of them boxes. I'm going to get into Rashford first, though. There is a poll up right now, guys. I want you to get involved in. If you're not brave enough to give your opinion in the comment section, get involved in the poll. I've just put simply, if Rashford was sold, is Olise the right type of player to replace him? Get voting. And obviously, guys, if you can't vote because you're watching the video back later on, past the live stream, then make sure you get your opinion in on Olise as well. What type of player do you think he is? Do you think he is the right type of player for United? I've talked about it before, and I'll come back just so you guys know I'm not contradicting myself. I didn't think Olise a few weeks ago was the right type of player for United, just because of the position he plays. I thought winger-wise, we're okay. But with everything that's gone on, Marcus Rashford plays that position as well. I'm talking about selling Marcus Rashford, selling Jadon Sancho, possibly Mason Greenwood not coming back, and Anthony also going. That's my perfect summer right now, and the way we're looking at it. Greenwood is a different conversation altogether, but that is a distinct possibility. If INEOS are looking to fund a rebuild, they're the key players that are going to grab value for Manchester United, and I think Olise is the ideal replacement. Where are we at with Marcus Rashford right now in terms of the updates? Well, you've seen it all this morning, the news that's breaking. If you haven't, I'll just tell you now that Marcus Rashford has been offered... Well, I'll just read it out, actually. It's come from Chris Wheeler in the Daily Mail, but a lot of other news outlets have been saying exactly the same thing, which is Manchester United will offer Marcus Rashford counselling if he reaches out for help. United are taking the situation very seriously and are committed to supporting Rashford physically and mentally. The club say professional help is available if he wants to accept it. We can't really talk past that. We can't really talk in terms of mental health issues and things like that. If he is suffering, I hope he gets the help he needs, and I hope that he is all right on that side of things. But realistically, for the football side of things, this is something that Manchester United offer to everyone anyway. I think every single club in football, professional football right now, even non-league, as a help for players. It's always there. It's always on hand. So if they are struggling to handle the day-to-days of being these superstars, then the help is there. Of course it is. That's what the PFA is there for as well, if you think they're worth anything at all. But I look at Marcus Rashford now and Manchester United's stance on this. We talked about it last night, and I just feel like right now we have to look past the problem, because he is a problem, and try and think ahead. There are more rumours coming out, and this will start to surface in time, I feel, from stuff that I'm being told and rumours coming around that Marcus Rashford is definitely looking for the out in the summer. Obviously, the meeting with Ten Hag that went down yesterday, or Monday even, sorry, and everything that's gone on there, there is clearly big problems within, and I feel like if he is struggling and people within the club are saying, look, he is in self-destruct mode, then he just needs to be taken away. He shouldn't be in the starting lineup. He shouldn't be in that Manchester United matchday squad if he really is struggling with issues, I feel. I think he just needs to be taken out of the limelight completely and just taken away and given his time to deal with these things. Thrusting him straight back into the pressure cooker that is the desperation for Manchester United to get results and everything to try and make this club look positive again, I don't think it's going to help him at all. He's going to get a backlash from the fans, I feel, and I don't think he should be there. We're moving past this now. I want to talk about Olise and I want to talk about what he can bring to Manchester United if we do go in for him. He's going to fetch a fair price, but if Rashford is going to go, we're looking at Sancho. I'm looking at this all with Ten Hag in place. We talked last night about Barada being the one who has got the power to get rid of Ten Hag. He will be the one, along with the sporting director, who make the call on Ten Hag's future at the football club. We know that Barada cannot come into power until the end of the summer. So is anyone really in there right now got the balls to make this call and get rid of Ten Hag before the season ends? We don't know. Maybe they will be when INEOS come in next month. But if we're looking at Ten Hag going into the summer, then we have to look at it realistically. And I can't see Jadon Sancho surviving. Antony, I feel like he can try and keep it. I feel in the end he will be forced out of the club. And if Ten Hag isn't here, then he's definitely going to be out of the football club, in my opinion. You guys may think differently, but I don't see a future for Amad. I don't see a future for Palestra. Just the way this month has gone, I just don't see them working at this football club. It's quite clear that they're not favoured with the management. They're not favoured in coming into the first teams. Definitely not starting games. And eventually, you just have to say, look, if they're not going to play, then they've got to move on. United need to cash in instead of holding on to all of these players. So I can't see there being a future for either one of them players, even though I really want there to be. I'm just looking at this straightforward now, like, look, what is happening? I've got my opinion, but the reality is these players don't look like they're going to get a chance, especially not under Ten Hag. So Palestra, Amad, it's a no-go for both of them, in my opinion. Get your comments in. Let me know what you think, but I just cannot see it. The writing's on the wall for both of them. So I can't see them staying. I think both of them will be out of the club completely by the time the summer comes. If we are making a clean sweep, I think you could say we're going to lose 3 right-sided players in Amad, Palestra and Jadon Sancho in the summer off our books. I don't think that's too much of a bold statement for me. I think that is a real reality. Rashford, I feel, will join them. And then 4 forward players gone, then you do have to start looking for a forward, because if they want to get rid of Mason Greenwood as well, then you've got 5 first-team players there. You could argue Amad and Palestra for reasons I just said in that explanation there as to why I think they're going. But you could say that there's 5 players there. You definitely need a couple more forwards in. You need another 9. You need another right winger, I think. Oh, you got Martial leaving as well. 6 forwards. That with your realistic hat on, as some people come to me and say, Graham being one of them. Graham, I'd love to get your opinion on this one. I know you're in the chat, my friend. Am I far out, or am I completely losing the plot in saying that Manchester United could be losing 6 of the current forward players that we've got right now on the books? So they could be out on loan, they could be at the club right now. But for me, I think all 6 of them, there's a realistic look and there's a realistic outlook for them players that they will no longer be at Manchester United come the summer. So I feel like that is where United need to now be looking at the players like Olise. I mean, last night he proved again why he is that right type of player for me for Manchester United. 22, his goal involvements are ridiculous. They really are. And I always look at it and I always go, who else is in for Michael Olise? Is he... Because Jadon Sancho, no one was in for him. No one was fighting for Antony. And this is the problem that the football club has created for itself over the last decade. Over 100 likes before the 10-minute mark, guys. And I've not even asked you once to like it in the build-up to that. Thank you. Absolutely brilliant. Really appreciate that. Cheers, guys. And yeah, Manchester United, when bidding for the players that we brought in on that side right now, no one else was in for Sancho. No one else was in for Antony. So this is the problem Manchester United have had, the recruitment side of it. It's like, who is in for these players? Let's just go for these players because no one else is in, and it looks like we're actually doing our job. That is how it looks from the outside. You could add Mason Mount to that equation. No one else was bidding for Mason Mount. Everyone knew that he was on 1 year left on his contract. Why the hell Manchester United went all in and gave Chelsea that money for Mason Mount still baffles me now. Manchester United luckily didn't pay the original price for Jadon Sancho. That came down by at least another 15 or 20 million from what they were asking the first season, and we luckily said no. I look at Olise, I go, the buyout, if it is 60 million, for the player that is improving and improving and improving, that's something you cannot ignore. In the toughest league, in a not so productive attacking team in what Crystal Palace are, I mean, the guy's had 10 Premier League games this season. He's got 9 goal involvements playing for Palace. 6 of them are goals and 3 assists. Over his past, he has had fantastic assist rates as well. You watch his goal last night. He's ball in, he's creative, he's calm on the ball. He plays it in to the forward. That doesn't come off, but he's anticipating where that might go. And that sort of thinking and that sort of brain, that football brain for a player is definitely what Manchester United need right now. And the way he picked that ball back up again, and then on his left foot, smashed it in from 25 yards. 2-footed, attacking, quick, great mentality, great enthusiasm for the game. That is something that Manchester United are missing right now, especially on that right-hand side. And I think he's got the quality. The fact that he is a United fan, and the rumours coming out before regarding him wanting to go to United over Chelsea is another double bonus for us. But I feel like right now we need to move away from Rashford. I feel like we need to move away from this type of player. We've given him everything and it's not worked for him. This is where INEOS need to come in and go, right, Manchester United have done their utmost for this player, but he isn't going to get better. He's not going to improve on what he is right now at Manchester United. It is as simple as that. We know he's not going to get better. If anything, he may regress from this point now. Was he ceiling that 30-goal ceiling and now we're seeing the regression? I look at it and I go, yes, I cannot see him getting better. Olise coming in, 22, I think he's still got a bit of improving to do, and I think he will get better. Under the right management at Manchester United, I think we can definitely develop him. And this is only because, I know what you're going to say, well, look at what's happened before, Adam. Look at the players that we brought in and we've absolutely killed their careers. I understand that argument. But this is all with the backing of INEOS and the changing of everything right now. I feel like this is the type of player that Sir David Brailsford would look at and go, that's the type of player. I know he's not the football man and he won't have the decision on that. But when he talks and what he's trying to build and the recruitment side of United, Berardi, and let's not forget, Berardi probably would have been in with the conversations about Olise and Manchester City because they're interested in him too. So if City are in, Chelsea are in, Liverpool are in, there is a clear player there, and you're looking at the best recruitment systems in the Premier League and them teams right there. So it's a win-win for me on that one. Definitely if we can, and we're not happy with Aaron Wan-Bissaka and he's going to be a make weight, we have definitely got a bargaining chip right there for Olise to come into Manchester United. Domingo, thank you for the gifted membership, my friend. And Sir Jin has taken that membership. Love that name. Welcome to the members club, my friend. Love having you on as part of the team. Do enjoy. And thank you again, Domingo. Love that. Creeping up to 150 likes as well, guys. I am rolling into the chat. Get yourselves ready. Get your comments ready right now. Scrolling. And stop there on Noel. I reckon there will be loads of talk about players being sold in the summer. Then maybe nobody or maybe one will be sold. No, I don't think Manchester United could sell one player in the summer. Right now we have 10 players out on loan, including the academy players. If I rolled out the list of players to you right now, can you give me a straightforward answer and just tell me a yes or a no? If you feel like, just give me the name of the player that you think are going to make it at Manchester United. There's probably two that I think might have a future at Manchester United. So you're talking what? Sancho, you're going to have Palestra, you got Donny, you've got Reece Bennett, Odiele from the academy as well. You've also got Dango. I'm missing a few actually. Vitek, the goalkeeper. Alvaro Fernandez, he's gone as well. Hannibal, there's 9. There's one more I think I'm missing. Might be another academy player. But yes, when you think about all of that, you could add Greenwood to that as well. You could have Fish to that, who's over in Hibernian as well. So you've got about 11. You've got about a dozen players that are coming back. Out of them names there, do you feel like any of them players are going to be Manchester United mainstays? Dango, Odiele, I mean, I'm not 100%. I've not seen enough of Odiele. I think Dango has got a lot more potential. He could possibly make matchday squads. He's still not ready yet. But everyone else, Hannibal, up in the air. We don't know. Obviously, Donne, Sancho, they need to start doing. I mean, Sancho, I feel like he's doing just about enough to grab enough attention at the moment. He's making all the right noises over in Dortmund, and I hope it works out for him there, because that gives us more of an option for the summer when it comes to possibly selling him and moving him on. And like I said, it all depends this. And my whole talk right now is all on Ten Hag still being at the club. And this all changes if another manager comes in. Or does it with INEOS? This is where you're stuck right now and trying to figure out how Manchester United are going to move forward. If Ten Hag wasn't here in the summer, I still feel like Olise would be a target for Manchester United. This is full on the right type of player and the right type of mentality of a player to come in for me. Let's bring up your questions and comments again. I was going into it there, but I just wanted to get your opinions on that loan list. Keep your answers coming in on that, by the way. Mason Mount signing was a bad decision. Injury prone and not the type of midfielder we needed, says Andrew. 100% agree with that. There more than 6 needs to go. There is. I've just rolled off some of the loanee list, and they're not even talk of the town signings or players that you want to let go at the moment. And you still don't see then how big the job is in the summer and what Manchester United have got to do. If in the event Ten Hag departs, we need Luciano Spalletti as manager. Liam giving his full-on managerial appointment right there. Olise didn't even celebrate his free kick goal against Manchester United. Ramo, he celebrated last night. He has come out in recent days actually talking about why he doesn't celebrate that much. He never has done. And that's simply because he sees it as his job. In his words was, you don't see the postman celebrating every time he posts a letter through the letterbox. I score a goal. It's my job to score a goal, and that's all I'm doing, basically. You'll never see him over-celebrate any goal. And then someone in that same post put a caption and the smiley face of Roy Keane next to him, and you can see where he's going with that one. I thought that actually chuckled me. Kaz showed me that one, and I thought that actually was quite funny. But yeah, that's the type of player he is. Chinino says defenders don't double up on Crystal Palace wingers, but at United they do. And you'll soon find out Olise is not what's advertised and looks basic. And then we have another flop on our books. That is such a, miserable, negative sort of outlook on it. Yes, they do double up on United defenders. They do double up on Olise right now at Crystal Palace. That isn't the case. Just because he's coming to United. Yeah, I know it's pressure, but it's the mentality, like I said. Olise is that type of player that is going to go up. You think he's not going to get doubled up at Liverpool or City? So that means we should not be looking at these players because we're worried about what might happen to them. We have to move past this. The mentality has to change, and in the fan base as well, it has to change. And this is what INEOS have to come in and do. They're not just turning around everyone's thoughts within the club. They're turning around everyone's outlook and trying to make it a positive one for the fans as well, because right now our expectation levels are low, and Chanino's just proved that there with that comment. It is it doesn't matter who comes in, it's just not going to work at Manchester United. Well, no, it might not work, but it's going to be different, and you can't deny it's going to be different, because INEOS aren't the Glazers. INEOS are not Ed Woodward. INEOS are not Murto and Richard Arnold. They are a completely different kettle of fish. And that... What was it? He called it, David Brailsford, last night. The excellence. I can't remember the 2-word sort of caption that he sort of like, he wants to make not utopia, he wants to make, I can't remember it, but yeah, I see a group of excellence or something like that, I'll call it. It'll come back to me in a minute what he said, but he wants to build this environment of excellence around Manchester United, and that only works if every single player is on board and everyone at the club is all moving in the same direction. So I feel like that is important right now. I feel like you need to find the right players who are mentally strong, not just got the talent, but are mentally strong and want to come to Manchester United. RK says, get selfish Rash, Anthony out and get wingers that create chances for Rasmus ASAP. Everyone's been going on the Rasmus Højlund debate recently as well. I've seen something come up with Rio Ferdinand talking about what United wingers need to do to help Rasmus Højlund. Everyone needs to stop glory hunting. Bruno nailed it in his post-match press conference when we were 2-0 up against Newport. Everyone just went looking for their piece of the pie. And it's not about that. It's like, play for the team. Play for the team. We are a bunch of individuals at the moment. And until we do start playing as one, then it's never going to happen for any player. Ecosystem, that was the one. Thank you, Kaz, and thank you everyone else. An ecosystem of excellence. I love that line. That's what it has to be at United. That's what David Brailsford is trying to build at the football club. Everything, marginal gains. That's what it's all about. And Manchester United right now, with the playing squad that we've got, I feel we are definitely heading in the right direction off the pitch. And it is only a heading. We still need to see actual results from it to be completely convinced by it. But it is really positive hearing people talk like that around Manchester United. Very interesting. I think I touched on this last night, like how you've got Sir David Brailsford in at Carrington the same day as Rashford's pulling in with his entourage and trying to sort out that mess there, that it just doesn't fit. And that's why I wanted to go in on this video regarding Rashford and Manchester United just needing to look past it now. Deal with what we can right now. And I don't think that's with Rashford in the team straight away. I think if he does reach out for help, it's good for him. But I don't feel like playing in the team right now when it's so bad is really going to help him. It's like someone close to Marcus Rashford has said, someone who works with him at the club said, his attitude as a youngster coming through was completely different to what he is right now. He's lost focus and he doesn't have the enthusiasm that he once had. They're the noises coming out of Carrington right now. That is a worrying sign for Manchester United as their main man. I'll talk about the earnings and stuff. It's kind of irrelevant, really, but he is seen as the go-to for Manchester United, the get out of jail, like the man you can rely on. That's how it's seen. Now, that's not the case in the fan base at all. The fan base is completely split, as we know, with Marcus Rashford. I, for one, feel like he needs to be gone in the summer. For us and for him, see you later, Marcus. Go and set yourself a new challenge because you've stagnated at Manchester United now. And if you haven't been given that new contract, if you haven't got that drive anymore to play for Manchester United, your boyhood club, then he does need to move on. And Olise, for me, is the type of player Manchester United would have bought under Sir Alex Ferguson. I do believe that is that type of player. Mitoma is another viable option, but we don't have the money. Try swapping Rashford or selling him to PSG, raise funds for Mitoma, maybe. I don't think Mitoma's been as good for Brighton this season as he was last season. I mean, last night's result against Luton, holy wow. Like, what the hell happened there? Like, this just goes to show, like, them games that Manchester United have got coming up, then you're looking at them going, well, we've got Luton away coming up. We've got City away coming up. We've got Arsenal and Liverpool at home. I don't fancy any of them. I don't fancy Aston Villa away from home either. I don't fancy Brentford away. The way that we're playing, and I said it last night, Manchester United can't really afford to lose 5 more games. It's all over. But straight away, the games that I've just mentioned there, you can see United easily losing them games. I mean, I'd be interested to see what the odds are on the game tomorrow night against Wolves. And I will be back after lunchtime today, guys, going over what Ten Hag has said. I think we need to do that video. So there'll be another separate video going over everything that Ten Hag has said in today's press conference, because the questions are going to be coming thick and fast, obviously, and they are going to be around around Rashford. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how Ten Hag approaches the press conference today. So there will be a video up on Ten Hag's presser after 1:30 today, rounding up everything that was said. So yeah, that will be up this afternoon, and obviously we'll be back tonight as well for the evening show. But yeah, I think it's important that we do cover the press conference in detail today, because Ten Hag's words are going to be very, very interesting. And I feel like there is a lot of answers that still... There's a lot of questions that need answers still. And it'd be interesting to see what that first question is. You know what it's going to be, but it'd be interesting how they approach it, the journalists. Whether or not they would have been worded up by the club beforehand, warned off certain questions. I don't think the club can just ignore what's going on. I really don't. And I think they need to answer certain questions in the press conference today. So yeah, we'll be covering that later on. And there will be more content up on the channel over the press conference as well. So stay tuned for that later on. Back into your comments again. Robin says, we'll love to know why Palestre was not given a chance by Ten Hag. Every single time he played for me, he was brilliant. He did look like he would make something. There are opinions on every player at Manchester United. I think there are split opinions on Facundo Palestre as well. Some say he just isn't good enough. Some say he looked like he was the only winger that looked like he wanted to play like a winger and not cut in and shoot and take the glory all the time. That is true. He did get to the byline more than anyone I've seen play on the wing in his few appearances that he's made for the club. No, we've gone past that one. Honestly, what do you think you would realistically be able to sell Rashford for? 50 million, see you later. That's me being dead honest right now. If someone came in with 50 million for Rashford, I would just cash in. I don't think he's worth more than that. I don't. I think his value is 50 million. 30 goals last season. If he bags a few from now until the end of the season, that's definite value there for me. 50 million, see you later. I don't think he's worth anymore. If United can get more for him, go for it. But if we got a bid for 50, then I wouldn't be turning my nose up at it. I actually think Mason Greenwood, even with the situation that he's in right now, is worth more than Rashford. I do. I think he's more valuable. I think he's a better player. And if Mason Greenwood hadn't done what he'd done, he would be over £100 million player. People are just going to, and other clubs are going to take advantage of the situation United are in with Greenwood, I feel. And maybe they will try and take advantage of the situation that we're in with Rashford as well. There may be a lot of other clubs looking at United players this summer and going, maybe there's a deal there. You could say it with all of them. Sancho's issues, Rashford's issues, Greenwood's issues. 3 English players there, all with problems off the pitch that other clubs are going to go and look at and go, we can turn them around. Bring them into a different culture and a different lifestyle, but we can probably get a cheaper offer in because of all the headaches that are around Manchester United. They probably just want to be rid of them. That would be the approach of probably most of the big clubs coming in looking at our players like that right now. It's crazy to think that we have got so-called three of the brightest young English prospects that were around at one point have just completely deteriorated to the point where we just can't see them fitting in at the football club. That is absolutely crazy that we're at that stage right now. Absolutely crazy, but that is Manchester United. That is that bubble that I was talking about, that protection bubble, and that we are untouchable feeling that United players get. I'm not just saying that because of my own opinion on what I feel these players have turned into. I look at what Seville have done to Hannibal as well. And now he just walks in. Another Manchester United Academy player walks in like he can just go straight into that first team. He's already fallen out with the team. He's been put back on the bench. He's not playing for the foreseeable. Statements from the club have come out already about his attitude and things like that. What are United creating at Carrington? That's what you've got to ask. It needs to change. And the only hope we've got is INEOS coming in. It is. Guys, please do scan the code, the QR code in the bottom right-hand corner. SofaScore, one of our partners. They are the best sporting app out there. For all of your up-to-date match action, scores, injuries, player ratings, everything going on the match day, as well as team news beforehand, injury news, transfer speculation across all of football around the world and all other sports as well. They are partners now with with us here on Forever United TV. So please do scan the QR code, download the app. It's free. So why not? If you can't scan the QR code, the link is in the description below, guys. So just click on that and same rules apply there. Ten Hag confirms Andre Onana will return after one game away at AFCON, but Mason Mount still not available. Is the press conference actually going on now? I don't think this is the case, is it? That's just come out from Chris Wheeler 1 minute ago. So is this actually going on now? Because if it is, we might as well just cover it all live right now. I'm just going to double check this right now. I'm not sure if this press conference is actually happening, but I better double check anyway. Oh, I think he's actually talking right now. So we might as well go through the actual press conference quotes as they come in. Erik ten Hag has warned his players they have to be disciplined in the wake of the Marcus Rashford controversy. What else has been said so far? In football, you need discipline. That's on the pitch, but also off the pitch. There's a line between when every player, every pro knows this, what is required. Does Rashford lack respect? Ten Hag answering that question. It's nothing to do with that, but as I said, let's focus on the game. Let's move on. Yes, okay. He has taken responsibility, and for the rest, it's an internal matter. Case closed. He is just basically shutting down everything right now in his press conference, Erik ten Hag. I had it down as 1:30, the press conference. It must have been 12:30, and I've got mixed up, guys. So we are covering the press conference quotes live right now on the show, guys, as they come in. But yeah, the first one that comes straight out of the bag, I'm going to go through everything that's been said, actually. Ten Hag, we have to focus on winning football games, and that's all that matters, and every top professional knows that is required. So he has taken responsibility, and for the rest, it's an internal matter. It is case closed. That's come from Chris Wheeler. He's the first one to report on this. Samuel Luckhurst, who is in the press conference as well right now for the MEN, has said Ten Hag reiterates Rashford and all players have to be disciplined off the pitch as well as on it. It is full-on cover-up mode right now. It is full-on cover-up mode from Ten Hag and Manchester United. They're trying to just bat this off as if it is just completely day-to-day, and everything right now is okay. We're moving on. As of now, Erik ten Hag, first answer on Marcus Rashford's situation. This is from Simon Stone from the BBC. Yet again, responsibility. He has taken responsibility. The rest is an internal matter. They're all saying the same thing. It is full on case closed, case closed. But another big one again, another issue that Ten Hag is going to get himself sacked with is his love affair with certain players and that favouritism factor, which is, again, Andre Onana walks straight back into the team. There is going to be no apology by all accounts. I know that question has just come up in the live comments now. There is no apology at all from Marcus Rashford. Manchester United and Ten Hag have just said we're dealing with this now, and this is it. We are moving on. We're looking ahead to work on the pitch and getting results on it. That is the only focus right now. Welcome to the members club, George Kowalski. Welcome, my friend. Thank you very much. You absolute legend of a man. Please do press the join button, guys, if you want to be part of the channel and contribute. There is a link below in the description to become a member as well. If you can't see the join button below the screen right now where I'm talking, it is usually there. Please give the video a like, guys, as well. We are just at the 200 mark nearly. We are just going through Ten Hag's quotes live right now from the press conference. I got my times mixed up. I do apologise. So there's no need for the extra content later on. We are just going to do this now. So, yeah, this is live. This is actually what it is all about. Live TV. Live YouTube, sorry. TV? It's getting ahead of yourself, Adam. Andre Onana back in goal. Guys, what do you think about that? I'm guessing you're not surprised like me, to be honest. And I'm disappointed. I'm not surprised. I thought Bainday looked good. I thought his kicking and his distribution has been... well, he's had one game, and it was against Newport. And Ten Hag has said it was a tricky pitch. He's been mowing the pitch already, hasn't he? So if Bainday is dealing with that, I don't think he had any fault at all in the goals. Do you know what? I think healthy competition for places is good, but it's only competition if you give someone else a chance. And Onana being in goal and Ten Hag saying that, I feel it's a dagger to the heart for Bainday, because he's never going to play for the club again while Ten Hag's a manager. That's how you've got to look at it. Bainday is never ever going to play for Manchester United while Ten Hag is here. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Over 200 likes in the bag. Thank you, guys. Get your comments coming in as Ten Hag's press conference is going on right now. Anthony Wisdom. Adam, the dogs on the street knew that would be the manager's response. It's all predictable at our club. Yeah, true. Very, very true. Graham in with a chat there. I think you've just gone off my screen, Graham. Sorry, pal. Oh, no, you're back again. As I said yesterday, if you're looking for a public flogging, you're looking in the wrong place. Graham, I told you, stop coming back with your simple, easy, want-to-win victory comments. You cabbage head. I know, but this is what should happen. I know him not doing a public apology pretty much confirms my fears and what we're actually dealing with this club right now. Get INEOS through the door and let's change this culture, is what I'm saying, Gray, mate. Gifted membership from Steve Brindle. Thank you very much. And we have a Liverpool fan. He's now a member again. We have a few of these Liverpool fans in as members. They just love good content, don't they? Friendly banter between two giants. And me and Craig are back together tomorrow. So we have got some serious questions for each other, I'm guessing, regarding Manchester United and Liverpool issues right now. Well, watching United and Wolves. So do tune in and watch us tomorrow, guys, for that one. LFC. Merrily High, is that how you say that? Hey, welcome to the members club. Sorry if I've said that wrong there, but a couple of members, 3 members already today on the stream, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to get back into what is happening with Erik Ten Hag right now in the press conference. Let's just see what else is going on. Ten Hag, but now it's keeping the players fit. Second is to get into better form, and third, when we get that, the results will be better. Thanks, Eric. Yeah, fill me with confidence, why don't you? Fill me with confidence. Ten Hag on Marcus Rashford recapturing form is another one. So, last 2 Premier League games, 2 goals and an assist. There is a developing strong bond between Marcus Rashford and Rasmus Højlund, and we want to continue that process. Oh, God, he's going to start against Wolves, isn't he? He is going to start against Wolves, isn't it? Yeah, all the noises coming out here are of Erik Ten Hag starting Marcus Rashford. We know we have to catch up. First place players know that the team will be stronger. When we miss players in crucial positions, it weakens your team. I know, Eric, but still, even with your best team against Newport, we looked quite average. When you have to swap every game, it doesn't help the routines, and we have seen some. We've seen some misunderstanding, but now it's keeping the players fit. Second is to get into better form. That's another just extended quote from what he said before. So I'm reading off a few different people who are actually at the press conference right now. So Mason Mount is not available, by the way, guys. He's not for selection. That's something else that's come out of the press conference. Some need match rhythm, but the line into this game is quite good. They had a friendly game, now a cup game, and now you can go into the Premier League game. The build-up is quite good for those players, so now we have to make the next step so individuals get back. This is Ten Hag talking for me, trying to just cover himself on what he's been saying over the last few months in press conferences after games. So what I mean by that is this is Ten Hag talking about his excuses about how Manchester United have been performing poorly. Everything will be okay when the injured players come back. This is what Ten Hag has always said. And right now, he's just answering questions in this press conference and covering himself a little bit from what he said before is how I read it. It is like we have to find the rhythm. They've had a few games back and we have to just now continue going forward and getting better from here. No, Eric, there's no time to lose any more games. You have a full squad to pick from. There is no excuses for you. Make it work. It does feel, though, the noises that he's making regarding the partnership between Rasmus Højlund and Marcus Rashford and that developing, that we might actually see Marcus Rashford start the game against Wolves. This would bring the house down. It really would, wouldn't it? Would not. Oh, if he does this, if he actually does start Marcus Rashford in this game, there is no hope. There is no hope under Ten Hag. It really isn't. And do you know what? I want there to be. And I love some of the stuff that he's done, but he's not helping himself here. He really isn't helping himself. And you guys can disagree with me if you want, but if he starts Marcus Rashford against Wolves, then he's lost a lot of respect within the fan base. He really has. He's lost an awful lot of respect. He cannot do that, can he? Surely you can't start Marcus Rashford in that game. I'm going to finish the poll up there. I forgot that was running. Sorry, guys. But 73% of you had actually said Olise would be the right type of upgrade on Marcus Rashford. He can't start him, surely, says Kaz. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, guys. We're doing a whole build-up show from 6 o'clock live here on FUTV. Then we're going to fly across and do the watch-along. Me, Craig and Ben will be doing that on top of the league. And then we're coming straight back across here with Jay to give our full reaction. And Jay's got a lot to say on the Marcus Rashford situation as well. So it'd be good to get another opinion on where other fans are, like Jay, in terms of Rashford. You know he was strong opinion on him anyway. But yeah, that is coming on straight after the game as well, guys. So do stay tuned for all of your updates on that. We've got plenty of content coming tomorrow. Creeping up to 250 likes. Please do give the video a like. Subscribe if you're watching for the first time. We are live here on FUTV, just covering what Ten Hag is saying in the press conference right now. And so far, he is in full-on block and avoid mode in terms of questions. He's batted off all of the Rashford questions. He said that Onana is coming back. He's actually said that there is a developing partnership between Rasmus Højlund and Marcus Rashford. So is he going to give up on Antony if Rashford plays? He cannot. And the one thing that Ten Hag cannot do, and this is a big concern I've got for him, is if he puts Marcus Rashford in and brings Garnacho out. If he does that, then I think it's the end. I'll say that now. I think it's the end. He cannot do that. The way he's talking right now, and the way he was bigging Antony up as well the other day. And some will say, yeah, but Adam Garnacho wasn't great, was it, the other day? No, he doesn't stop trying. He is the mentality that we need in this team right now. I don't care what people say. He's never afraid, even when he gets tackled. If Rashford finds out that the defender he's up against on that side is quicker than him, his arse goes. He balls it. You can see it every single game. And I'm not just saying that because I'm sat there. Just watch him. If he can't get past someone for pace, then Rashford is finished. He's absolutely finished. He's got nothing else. Jamie Jackson, who is in the press conference as well, was on the show the other day, has come out with a quote saying, Eric handling being let down poorly by Rashford's expertly, as he did Sancho and Ronaldo. He surely wishes to say more than he just did do to us all, but he's putting team / Rashford first. Yeah, okay. That looks about right. Jamie's reading the room right there, right now. You can tell a journalist and everyone in that press conference right now are not impressed. They know there's more to come out of Ten Hag. They know that there is more that he can say. I'm going through some more of the quotes right now, guys. I'm going to come into your comments on this right now. Let's just stop it there. Robbie says, signing Mount is giving him number 7 was a sackable offence. Mount played 1 month out of 6 months last season, says Mark. Robert says, if he starts Rashford against Wolves, it shows he has no respects towards the fans. Anthony says, what a message that is to the squad. It's fine it's fine if you disrespect the club and your teammates. You'll still start the next game. What a bloody joke. He can't do it. He cannot do it. He really can't. Even, do you know what, guys who are trying to defend Marcus Rashford, if you're in the chat and you're watching right now, guys, just get in the comment section and try and defend Marcus Rashford starting in that Wolves game. Even you, just tell me right now, do you feel like that is too much? Even if you feel like everything is done and dusted right now, just come in the chat, give me a message and just say, he's starting him for this reason. Defend him or just come out and say, no, that's too much. Please, just talk to me. Compass Smith says, Eric is praying for Rashford to hit form, but can't see Marcus is a huge reason we aren't getting results. He's not helping the team for me. I really don't think he is. If he starts him, it might be Jim saying to Rashford that no matter what you have to perform. So I think he's put him on his toes. Reef Dog saying that. Sorry, your message went off the screen there, mate, while I was reading it. But yeah, it's like, go and perform right now, otherwise you're out. It could be a message. I can't see it, honestly. How did Mount pass a medical? The club say, who plays? It's been like this for years. Rashford shouldn't be in the squad, let alone the starting lineup. I will be insulting my own intelligence for defending Rashford, says Mark. 700k fine would be meaningless to Rashford. Yep, that is true. It needs to be more punishment. Is it possible that Rashford has it in his contract that he has to start a certain amount of games? That would be counterproductive with anything. Bench Rashford all season, says Robert. Mark says, he's saying all the right things for the club, but it doesn't mean he will start him. Just creating PR for the club. Thing is, though, the club are not going to back Ten Hag up when he plays Marcus Rashford. They're going to leave him to deal with all the questions. So Ten Hag has to look at this and surely look at it and go, I'm not going to put myself in the firing line by starting Marcus Rashford. We've got a winning team from the previous game that Marcus wasn't involved in. I think we should go ahead with that team. That's all Ten Hag has to do. Marcus Rashford, I think, should just sit on the bench the whole game against Wolves. And I think he should sit on the bench the whole game against West Ham as well. And like I said, I'd be happy for Marcus Rashford to come back and maybe add some value towards the summer at the back end of the season. But I don't think he should be part of the next 5 games. That's how I see it. Let's just see if there is any more updates from this press conference. Not much else. I think it's pretty much all said, done and dusted. It is just pure blunt answers from Erik Ten Hag regarding Marcus Rashford. It's typical how Ten Hag deals with it. Some think it's good. We would think it was good if we didn't already know what was going on. But really, Ten Hag is saying it's done and dusted, but you have to take into consideration what we all know and what we've all seen. And that is a lot worse than how Manchester United are making out what's going on. So I can feel the unrest within the fan base regarding this press conference. And we sort of half know that this is how it was going to go. Ten Hag was going to go on and just shut everything down. He's done it before. But really, it was sort of like half hoping that he might just add a bit of context to it. Say that he's had a long, long conversation with him. Just give a bit of detail like that. Saying I sat down with Marcus. I could see it in him. I could see the acceptance that he was in the wrong. I could see a player there that really wanted to say sorry. Just give us a little bit more. Don't just shut it out. I don't think it's helping the player either here. You can give a little bit of detail and just say, look, he was sincere in his apologies. He feels really bad. But it doesn't look like we've got any of that in the press conference. And I'm sure there is an embargoed section of this press conference as well. So we'll get a few more questions and answers later on. Maybe tonight, possibly tomorrow. I don't know when it would be. But yeah, I feel like Ten Hag has just gone in full on shutdown mode. Batted off the questions, and there you go. Deal with it. That's what it is. Guys, please like the video. We're creeping up to 300. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are tuning in for the first time. This is Forever United TV. I'm Adam. We are live right now talking about Ten Hag and the press conference as the comments come in. No one else has done this. Everyone else will be talking about this after the press conference is gone, but we're just dealing with it as a live reaction right now. It's more fun this way. It's raw, isn't it, as well? I did actually stumble upon this, though, because I thought the press conference was at 1:30. So, yeah. No good, but hey, we deal with what we've got. Roll with the punches, as they say. Ten Hag is no longer in charge. For him to have said it is an internal matter, he's had a phone call. Time is ticking on Erik Ten Hag. James says he will do it as sure as Onana and Antony starting. Can you imagine the Manchester United family? Let's picture this. Onana starts, Antony starts, Rashford starts. The fan base reaction to that. And then he loses. He is going to get it. He is in full-on pray mode right now that these players pull something out of the bag for him, Ten Hag, because he is making some serious, serious calls. I've praised him all the time, Ten Hag, for his guts and the way he's come out and the way he deals with certain things. He's not afraid to make serious calls, Ten Hag. I'll give him that, definitely. But right now, if the United fan base see Onana, Rashford and Antony all walk out on that pitch, then you know there are clear issues behind the scenes with this football team. All the Jadon Sancho fans will be just going, what, like, seriously? Just because the guy's apologised, that means he gets in, even though everyone has seen what he's done. No one knows what's happened with Jadon Sancho behind the scenes. You can see all them coming in with the argument. By the way, I'm still backing Ten Hag on the Sancho situation because I know he has tried to help him out. It was made clear he did. But still, that argument's going to come back against Ten Hag. He's not helping himself. Ten Hag can start who he wants, says Graham. Graham, seriously, mate. Oh, stop it right now, Graham. I know. What is wrong with you, man? He can start who he wants. But what we're talking about is why he shouldn't do that. Surely you can see that. That is what the debate is about. Not about what he can and can't do. We know what he can and can't do, mate. Because he's done that all the time he's been as a manager. Carl says, hi, what if Erik Ten Hag had a plan but the former board CEO, director of football, etc. has made it difficult and now with INEOS he can make his plan go through, sell McTominay, Maguire, etc., etc. and buy the players that fit his system. Hey, Carl, this is like exactly what we're talking about, mate. This is exactly what we wanted, a manager to be backed by a structure. And this is why I said it was such big news and how you can't brush this under the carpet with Rashford, because now it's put more pressure on the Ten Hag to get to that stage where he can get rid of them players, because he has to now rely on players like Rashford who have seriously let him down to pull him out of the shit, to get him into the summer where we could possibly see that. Possibly. We don't know. But you've still got to look at it and go, he has to deal with what he's got right now. Who are the players that are really, really going to run through brick walls for him and get him through this season? He's running out of them. He really is. And he's running out of them even more when he starts playing Rashford ahead of certain players. Because we all know that Rashford has down tools the first half of the season. And it's not acceptable for everyone to just go, draw a line under it. We're okay with it. You have to deal with it now. So forget about the first half of the season. We're now looking forward. I understand in looking on the positive side of things and looking ahead rather than behind, but we're not going to forget what Marcus Rashford has done this first half of the season. Even if he does have an absolute worldie of a second half of the season, we can't forget that. We're too far behind. Let's not forget where our standards are. Let's not forget where Manchester United should have been, which was improving on third from last season. We ballsed up the summer. The players have fallen out. Ten Hag has lost half of the dressing room, it would seem. I'm pretty certain of that. And I do think we're in a position now where we have to scrap our way through the rest of the season and get to the summer and deal with the players that need to be out of this football club. That's where we're actually at. Adam, you the best. Everyone smash the like button. Thank you very much, mate. Yes, please do. Let's get up to that 300 mark before we finish up, guys. We're just about 23 away, over 5,500 in the room with us. I think the press conference is pretty much done and dusted right now, guys. I'm just going to double check for anything else. No, that's pretty much it. There will be an embargoed version that we won't hear about. which will probably be based around the actual game and what Wolves are bringing and their dangers and threats. So we'll touch on that in another bit of content when that comes around. But yeah, I was going to do a separate video about the press conference and that, but no need for that now. We have covered that in the show. So yeah, Ten Hag, in terms of answering questions on everything regarding Marcus Rashford, he's just put everything to bed. And he wants to move on football-wise. It does look like there is a chance he will play him in the team against Wolves. He might even start him. Going off them answers and what he's talking about in that press conference, I would not be surprised if Marcus Rashford rolls up on that coach tomorrow night and is in the starting lineup for Manchester United. Like Graham said, he can do whatever he wants. We know that. It just would be wrong. It really would be wrong. Especially off the back of a winning team from Newport and off the back of actually just punishing a player at least a little bit for doing wrong. Yeah, he's accepted responsibility. Well, who else is going to accept it for him? There's no one stupid enough to say, oh, it's my fault, is there? So yeah, it is on you, Marcus. Thanks for accepting that, buddy. Yeah. You're the one with the alcohol in your hand. You're the one who was bladdered and wasn't able to go to training because you were tanked up. I don't think anyone else is going to accept blame for you. So, yeah, thanks for the obvious. And, yeah, we're talking past the obvious on this channel. It's like, what are the repercussions of this? The start of the show, I talked about looking past it and what the answer might be. I do feel like a player like Olise and his mentality and his quality is definitely the way forward for Manchester United. I think that's the type of player we should be looking at. We've just covered the press conference and Ten Hag and everything that was said today. First time we've spoken since Marcus Rashford has come back in and apologised. But yeah, we got nothing out of that. It was all just hush-hush and moved along. Wasn't answering any questions in detail. He never really does. And this is why we are all none the wiser with Manchester United and we're always guessing. Because the club give us nothing. It's not their responsibility to give us everything, but at least give us a little bit of, like, what I said. Marcus Rashford is devastated at his behaviour. Just tell us that he actually is remorseful. Do you know what I mean? Something like that will do. But no, it's like, go and think what you want to think now because we're going to give you no information at all. This is the fans club. Owners come and go, but fans always here. Rashford has to go, says Frank. Sajin says, not forcing Maguire out, showed his weaknesses, keeping ex-captain to creep around in the background. Let me just see. Graham, as I have said, the manager makes the selections and he lives and dies by them. He's going to die by them. It does. I mean, the fact is, what we're looking at here, you've got Graham who's breaking it down in simple terms, and he's right, but he's also wrong at the same time because Marcus Rashford has disrespected the fan base, not just from what he's done. His form is crap. He is calling out the fans for criticising him when he's crap. He's had 2 misdemeanours in nightclubs already this season. And you've got a manager there who is backing him, and he just isn't backing the manager. Ten Hag, if he wants to pick him, go for it. But don't come crying and moaning about not having a fully fit squad, Eric, when they let you down and you lose a game. Don't want to hear any of them excuses. So if we lose to Wolves, I don't want to hear any excuses from Eric Ten Hag. We're hearing too many right now, and it's time he moved past it. He needs to move past it. It's not on. It's not acceptable. This is your team. This is your squad. You've said all along that when we get players back, the balance will be better. You said in the press conference today that they've had the friendly game. They've now had more time in the FA Cup, and now we're ready for the Premier League. So let's see this performance against Wolves, Eric. That's where it counts right now. That's what's important. And hopefully we see that tomorrow, and we can all be talking happy United fans that we've actually got a very, very important victory, which it is. Because Brighton dropped points last night. Villa dropped points last night. Teams above us dropping points. United need to get on it and start taking advantage of these situations. 300 likes in the bag, everybody. Thank you so much. We are going to end the stream right there. We've done an hour this lunchtime covering the press conference and other news But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all of your comments, all of the likes, all of the new members. Welcome to you. Pleasure to have you on board. Please do scan the QR code there for SofaScore. They are our partners for all up-to-date football content, news, match reports, match updates, injuries, transfers, everything, scores, goals, stats. It is the place to go, and that's for all sports, not just football. SofaScore, guys. Drop in the description below if you can't see or scan that QR code. The link is there. Same rules apply. Also, join our Fantasy 5 League as well. The description has the link for that as well below, guys. The first game week started last night. Some interesting scores. They are also sponsors for the channel right now. So do drop into the description, click on the link there, and join the rest of us in our own little mini league. Great stuff, guys. As always, I will see you later on this evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you have a good one. And yeah, hopefully Manchester United, we don't get any more horrible news coming out the rest of the day. And we can be fully looking ahead to the match preview, which is tonight, to that game against Wolves. And breaking down who we think should be in that team. Not just what Ten Hag thinks, but what we should think. We think is in that team. We think should be in that team. Oh, shut up, Adam. Okay, guys, I'm gone. I'll see you all later. Have a good one.